What's good, fellow fam? It's your boy Juan from Pokeballers, bringing you guys a brand new video from the house. We're at the brand new house that we just finished moving into. That's why it looks kind of like barren and empty behind me. We need to like actually make this pretty, like get a good setup going. But we'll do a house tour and we'll get the house going in a bit. Hopefully, in like a month or so, I can do like a video of the house and how it looks like and everything. But that's not the point of today's video. The point of today's video is to go over LEONHART'S 90s pop-up shop. And being completely honest, like we did go to the event. Natasha and I did go to the event, and we've been seeing a lot of criticism. We've been seeing a lot of just, a lot of stuff being said, petitions being signed for people to get their money back from the event, and people just complaining about it and they didn't really like it. And that's what today's video is going to be about. Just my opinions on it. It's Tuesday when I'm recording this, so it's been a couple of days since the event ended. So I've had time to sit down and kind of like really think about the things that I enjoyed from the event, what I didn't enjoy from the event, what I would change about the event. And first of all, if Leonhart is watching this, which probably he is not, this is not a video to make Leonhart feel like he shouldn't do this again. There was a big mistake to do this or anything like that. If anything, I want more of these events to happen because I personally do think that it is a very good idea. Do I think that the way he executed this time around was the best? Probably not. There's definitely a lot of things that need to change going forward. But in the same token, he's the only YouTuber that has stepped up and made an event of this caliber for Pokemon. So you guys need to remember that it's just one guy with an idea of something that he didn't even know was possible and made it happen to the best of his abilities. And there's a lot of props that need to be given to that. When we were at the event and we spoke to Leonhart's parents, we told them that too, that like it takes a lot of courage to do what he did and kind of step up in front of the spotlight and say, hey, no, I want this event to happen, and do it with the best interest of the community in mind. But anyway, with that said, let's get started with the pros. Let's get started with the good things that we did like about the event. So first of all, VIP tickets, which is what we got. We got VIP 1. We got the most expensive tickets. I want to say we're about close to $200 a person after taxes and everything. Close to $200 a person, more or less. And that included a goodies bag. That included a guaranteed pack. That included access to a VIP lounge and being on the live stream. Right? Those are the 4 things that were included on the VIP 1 package. What did differentiate from VIP 2? I have no idea. I don't know what the difference from VIP 1 to VIP 2 were. That is one of my issues that I will talk about in the cons later. But we paid essentially $200 plus taxes, or with taxes, whatever much it was, per person, and we were each guaranteed a pack. Now the pack that we opened was Gym Challenge. There were, to my knowledge, around 50 to 60 base set packs. There were a few booster boxes of Team Rocket, Gym Heroes, Gym Challenge, like 5 or 6 packs of Neo Genesis, I want to say it was, and base set 2 and Jungle. We opened up Gym Challenge packs, and when I looked it up at the event, Gym Challenge packs were going for about $300. That was like more or less the average, $340. So that being said, we opened up about $600 to $700 worth of packs, and we paid $400 to be at the event with VIP 1. So that's already a win. In my opinion, that is a win. And that makes it really worth it for people that would normally not be willing to spend money on these very expensive vintage packs. Because God knows that I would never spend anywhere close to $100, $200, $300, $600 on one single pack of Pokemon. I'm not balling like that. I'm not rich. Maybe somebody that is rich, this wasn't worth it for them. But for me, getting to travel, to go to a big event, first of its kind, open up an expensive pack that already reimbursed me for my ticket, is worth it for me. Now, I could very easily be mad because Natasha and I did not pack anything out of our packs. If you guys go back and watch our video or watch the live stream, you guys will see that on Leonhart's live stream, we kind of do a little bit disappointed because we didn't pack anything, and the 3 people after us ended up packing Dark Blastoises, Blaine's Arcanine, and other Dark Blastoise. So literally the 3 people that were in line with us. So we could very easily be upset, but that's just the luck of the draw, right? Like, not everybody's gonna pack something good. One guy packed a base set Charizard, and good for him. And we didn't pack anything good, but we had the experience, and we can say that we did go. And I think that that's a lot of value that people are not considering. Now, security at the event was very good. That's another pro. They had a lot of security. They had metal detectors. We really did feel safe when we were in there. And I guess that's pretty much it. I guess one topic that's kind of controversial that a lot of people were kind of like tippy-toeing back and forth on if it's good or bad is that there were a lot of content creators there. Pokeref, Nate, Danny. I forget the name of the two presenters that were doing the live stream when Natasha and I went up, but them two were there. One of them was a commentator for Pokemon events, and the other one is also a YouTuber. They were both very, very nice people. Team APS from Yu-Gi-Oh! Was there, who I've been following for like the past 10 years. Ruxin34, another Yu-Gi-Oh! Content creator. Team Samurai X1, if you guys know Yu-Gi-Oh! You guys know all these people. They were all there, besides obviously Leonhart. And yeah, they did have their own VIP room. They did get invited to go to this event. At least to my knowledge, a lot of them did get invited to go to this event. Maybe not all of them. But, I mean, you kind of had to expect it, right? Like, they're not going to be throwing in Pokeref and Nate and Super Duper Danny and whatnot just into the VIP lounge with about 1,000 people that bought VIP passes, right? Like, that's not going to happen. They are going to have their own space because now they're going to be getting super overcrowded. This is going to lead to a big mess, security issues, and all that stuff. Now, that doesn't mean that these people got to the event and just ran into their VIP room and disappeared the entire event. No. Pokeref was taking pictures with people for like half an hour. Team APS, Ruxin. I didn't run into Samurai, but I was able to take a picture and speak with Paul from Team APS for a bit. I was able to speak with Ruxin for a bit. So they definitely made an effort to go and take pictures with their supporters before they went into their own like little area. That was kind of hidden from everywhere else. So I personally don't have an issue with that. I think that it's good that all these names from card collecting communities are showing up and bringing more life to the event, because that means that their fandoms are not going to be interested in attending this type of event, and it's going to make the community better as a whole. So I personally do not have an issue with these big names getting invited to go to this event for free and just kind of like hanging out and doing their own thing. Now, moving on to other cons from the event, I think that the venue, although the venue was good in size, I think it was used very poorly. I know that he had sponsors. Elgato sponsored the stage. PSA was there as a sponsor, and Troll and Toad, the card shop, was there as a vendor. My issue with that is Troll and Toad barely brought any. I guess before we get into actually like the stores that were there, the promoters, the way the space was divided. So the space was divided on one side, you had everything. You had PSA, Troll and Toad, stage, then food, bars, upstairs. And then in the middle, it was Leonhardt's store, where you could buy his merch, and the lines. And then the Ash voice actress was there. So that's essentially all there was. So PSA, let's start with PSA because they were the first one in line. So PSA was only grading pulls from the event itself. So you couldn't bring any outside cards to have graded by PSA. That is something that I do have an issue with. I understand you can just let people bring in 1 million cards, but allow one per VIP member to get graded, right? One card per VIP member, because you already know that not everybody's going to be getting good pulls. So allow one per VIP member to grade a card. Obviously, we're paying for the card, so it's not like PSA is losing money or anything like that. So one per VIP member, I think, would have been good. That way, people that brought cards from outside that they want to get graded, that is their first time grading cards, like for example me and Natasha, could have gotten their cards graded, and it's not just a dead post for anybody that hasn't packed anything at the event. Second of all, it wasn't same day grading, which I'm pretty sure, I don't know if they said it was going to be, but I'm pretty sure at most other events, whenever they have a grading company there, they do same day grading. Essentially, all you were doing is mailing them your card. They were going to take it, grade it in 2, 3, 4 weeks, 6 months, whatever you paid for, and send it back to you. So that's an issue that I had with PSA. Moving on to Troll and Toad. Troll and Toad was the only vendor that they had at the event. In my opinion, first of all, That is just wrong. I know that they were probably sponsoring the event. They were probably there, paying to be there. So there was a lot of legal issues that went into that, so that Leonhardt couldn't have any other people there. But you can't only have one vendor on an event to this scale, especially when the vendor barely brings product. So we were in line for about an hour and a half to be on the live stream and open up our pack. By the time we got out of line and made the line for Troll and Toad, they only had 2 products left, which were booster boxes of Fusion Strike and booster boxes of Chilling Reign, which are arguably 2 of the worst products that have been printed in the past 2 years. So it was not fun. It was not good. Be it they were selling them for $80, which is pretty cheap. And for people that don't have regular access to card shops, it probably made a lot of a difference. But for people that are used to seeing product, used to buying product, having 2 of the worst products that have gotten printed in recent years, be it for a good price, as the only thing available to buy in the entire event, was not good. I don't think that puts a good face for the event. I think it makes the event slightly less eventful. But I think that should have been fixed. If anything, Toronto should have brought in or estimated there were going to be a lot more people than they thought, and kind of either limited quantity that people were allowed to buy or brought in more product. There was another mini vendor between Toronto and PSA that was called like Poké Data or something like that. In my opinion, one of the most pointless things. Sorry about that. Puka started barking. What was it? Oh, there was a little vendor in between Troll and Toad and PSA, and they were called, I think, Poké Data or Poké Data. I think it was Poké Data. And essentially it was like this company that you could sign up for, and it would track the value of your cards and estimate if they were going to go up in value or down in value, which is cool enough. I guess if you're a collector, it makes sense to be part of something like that. But they had a lot of product set up in front of them. And pretty much the only way that you could acquire that product was by guessing obscenely hard trivia questions for the most part. Either that or you got like if you wanted a good pack, I think they had Hidden Fates, and you had to answer, like, the question that I got was, how many cards are there in Fusion Strike? Like the entire master set of Fusion Strike. I have no idea. I cannot even tell you how many toes I have. I can't tell you how many cards are in the entire Fusion Strike master set. For a Hidden Fates pack, or you can get some easy questions like what year did Jungle Set get released in, or something like that, to get like a Fusion Strike or a Battle Styles pack, which in my opinion is not even worth it, right? So that was the entire vendor section. We move on to actual Leonhart's store. In Leonhart's store, you could pay $10 for a pin. In Leonhart's store, you could pay, I want to say $10 for a pin, either $10 or $20 for a pin with the 90s Papa Shop logo on it, or with Leonhart's logo on it. You could pay $60 for a sweater, or jersey rather, like a long sleeve of the event that they only had in one color. Or you could pay $35 for a t-shirt of the event. Now, I didn't buy any of those because I figured, at the beginning of the event, that when we were going to get our goodie bag that we were promised as VIP members, that we're probably going to get some merch, right? It's like on the description it said we're going to get a merch bag. So I was like, we'll probably get t-shirts and stuff anyway, so there's not really a point on going through the line here and buying anything from here. Turns out when we got the goodies bag, it was literally a promo bag. It was like one of those bags that you can get at like Publix or Wegmans or whatever, with a poster of the event, and then like 2 little promotion pamphlets for PSA and Rare Candy, which is Leonhart's company's Discord. That's literally everything that came in the goodies bag. Now, that is one of the things that I have the biggest issues with when it comes to the event. You cannot brand something or promote something as a merchandise bag where the only actual merchandise we're getting is a bag with your face and your logo in it. Like literally like a tote bag with your face and your logo in it, right? Like if you see a merch bag, put in a t-shirt, put in socks with your face on it, dude. Like something like that, right? Which is something that did annoy me, because when you're paying for something and they brand it to you as something, you expect to get that, right? Now, maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I didn't read it properly. Maybe merch bag or merch bundle or whatever does not include clothes. But leave you guys' opinions down below. If you get told you're gonna be getting a merch bag, what do you consider merch, right? Because technically, yeah, tote bag with his face on it is merch. But yeah, that was a little bit rough. Besides the merch bag issue and us not buying any t-shirts because they were a little bit overpriced, and we thought we were gonna get them, but we didn't get them. Let's move on to food. So, food. There was one food vendor, to my knowledge, inside of the venue, and all other food options, which were like kind of bowls, like poke balls, type of stuff like that. The poke bowls, yeah, poke bowls, stuff like that. They all had meat. They were chicken, they were beef, and they were mixed chicken and beef. I personally didn't mind. I love chicken and beef. I got the combo. It was really, really good, to be fair to them. But I do think that they should have had more food options at the event. That's a small criticism though. I just feel bad for anybody that was like vegan or vegetarian or anything like that at the event. Drinks were fine. $5 for a water bottle, a little bit of expensive, but that's fine. That's just logistics. So I understand that. Now let's talk about another big topic on the event, and that is they promoted it as that they were going to be hosting tournaments, and there was going to be like a trade section, so you could trade cards and playing Pokemon card tournaments, playing Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, and so on. We left at 3:30, where the Real Breaking Nate and Danny section of the stream was about to end. And by that point, they had hosted 0 tournaments, and they had hosted 0 Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments either. Right? So 0 Pokemon tournaments, 0 Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. Meaning that once you went through the line, you got your pack, you opened up your pack. In the live stream or not on the live stream, you had the choice. You were done. There was nothing else for you to do. You could not go play like they promised you could. You didn't get any merch that you could go mess around with. There were no vendors, or essentially no vendors, of anything relevant or interesting at least. PSA was not going to be grading your cards unless you got an actual pool. You could get your stuff signed by the Pokemon or the Ash voice actress, which fair enough. And you could go buy food. That's all you could do, right? You could go buy food, you can go get your stuff signed, you can go buy bad merch from Troll and Toad, which is not a hate on Troll and Toad. I've purchased a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff from them before. They're very good, it's just they didn't plan it out properly. So those are some of the issues that I had with it. Now we're going to tackle what my biggest issue with the event was. My biggest issue with the event is that it was very, very disorganized. And when I say disorganized, I mean hectic, poorly planned. I don't know who the people in charge of the organization of the event were, but it was not good. Doors were supposed to open at 9 a.m. To let VIPs in. They lined up VIP 1s and VIP 2s at the same time, which we found out while we were in line that it wasn't supposed to happen. Right? We were supposed to have VIP 1s first, there were VIP 1 Group 1, VIP 1 Group 2, VIP 2 Group 1, VIP 2 Group 2. That was supposed to be the way they let us in. We were VIP 1 Group 1. We didn't get that in till around like 9:30, 9:35. So we waited half an hour outside while they were letting in people from Group 2 and all that stuff. That got in front of us. Now you guys might be saying, oh, like everybody's gonna get in at the same time, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, everybody got in regardless, but the difference that it made is the people that were allowed in before us got to line up for their pack opening before we did. Now, that wouldn't have been an issue if once we were getting set up in line, they would have checked to see what group we were, because VIP 1, Group 1 got to reserve their packs first and should have gotten a chance to open up their packs first. At least it was marketed that way. But there was no organization. Nobody cared about anything, or by the time they did care, because people did come out, like employees from the event did come out and start yelling like, oh, we need Group 1 now, we need Group 1 now, whatever. Like if anybody's from Group 1 that hasn't opened up their packs, come to the front. They did that a little bit too late. By the time they did that, all basic packs had already been opened. Somebody had already pulled the basic Charizard. All Neo Genesis packs had already been opened. Essentially, what most people were there to open had already been opened. And now, am I mad? that basic packs were already over? No. I figured that if there were 50 of them, the first 50 people to go were gonna get basic packs. That's fine. What I have an issue with is VIP 2 people, Group 2 people, Group 3, Group 4 people were ahead of me in the chance of packing those cards, getting to the live stream, getting to select their packs. Now, either A, I paid more than those people to be at that event, or B, the luck of the draw had put me ahead of those people to get my pack. And due to the lack of organization of the event, me and so many others got essentially screwed out of choosing a possible better pack than what we paid for, essentially, or than what we ended up getting. So I do not think that's right, and I think that that's what a lot of people have an issue with, that we paid 50, 60, 40, 30, even if it was $5 more than people that were in VIP 2, and we didn't even get an option for our packs because of how disorganized the event was when it comes to that sense. It's very hard hitting, and you might be able to say like, oh yeah, but like you would have gotten a basic pack, you still wouldn't have pulled anything because only one person got something good. Doesn't matter. I could have said that I opened up a basic pack instead of opening up a gym challenge pack, right? I paid more to get something, and I did not get that what I paid more for, at least not to the extent that it should have been, how it was premised to be. But overall, right, like that aside, the disorganization of the event and the lack of vendors and stuff, I don't really hold it against Leonhardt. I don't think I need my money back. I'm not demanding my money back. I could not care less. I enjoyed the event personally. I think it was a lot of fun to experience that. I think if you're somebody, like I said at the beginning of the video, if you're somebody that has never opened up a vintage pack, and you normally would not spend the money on a vintage pack, what better excuse do you have to treat yourself to something like that than going to an event promoted by one of the biggest names in this community? Somebody that I don't think did this event with malice to try to make it a bad event, but that genuinely cares for the community and tries to make the community grow. I think that we need to cut Leonhardt some slack because it's the first event of its kind that's ever been made. And of course, it's never going to be perfect. Could it have been a lot better? It definitely could. And I hope that he listens to my criticism, just as the criticism that everybody else that's making these type of videos is saying. The good criticism, not the criticism that's just calling him an idiot for making something like this, because I think that it takes a lot of courage, man. It takes a lot of chest to not say something else, to do an event like this and to put your name on something like that. And I do hope that there's more of these. Personally, I would not be attending the next one if there is a next one, because it was a lot of money. Flights to Dallas, hotel in Dallas for a couple of days, the event itself, food and all that stuff. But if the next event, the Leonhardt Pop-Up Shop Part 2, is better than this one, there's a lot of better feedback, there's a lot more things to do rather than just open up your pack and go home, which is essentially what we did on this one. There's a lot more things to do, there's more vendors, there's more merch, PSA does a better job with their stuff, there's better organization, people are actually giving what they're promised. I do believe that these type of events have a lot of potential. So I hope that Leonhardt doesn't get discouraged from all the negativity that he's been getting, and that it pushes him to work on it more and learn from this experience, because you're going to get a pass on event 1 because it is your first time. But by event 2, you should have a way better understanding of how these things are going to go. So I think that's going to be enough rambling for me. Let me know what you guys' opinions are in the comments down below. If you guys were at the event, what are your thoughts on it? Do you disagree with me? Do you agree with me? This is not a video to bash Leonhardt at all. This is just expressing my opinions as a bystander, as a person that went to the event, as somebody that was a consumer there. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.